Well, considering I'm looking at my viewers and y'all like tractors, let's work more on the 504 here. She's being ornery. Never do what I'm doing. Never stand in front of a tire when turning a tractor on. Oh, make sure you turn the fuel on too. Got our advanced fuel filter system here. All right. See, this thing, I tried to set it to RPM. Max RPM is 2,500. Doesn't even idle there. I've messed with linkages, timing. I've changed the coil, which was also bad. This is actually the coil out of the Coronet. But just kills herself, and it's been making working with it an absolute pain. So I worked on the coil, that fixed some of my problems, and then I found fuel issues. And I've checked everything else. It's just got to be a fuel delivery problem, because when I was on the hill over there moving rocks like this, she'd sputter out and I had to pull the choke to keep her running. So that is how I know floats are set wrong. And I completely went through this carb and everything seemed fine. The needle and seat did stick a little bit no matter what I did. So just gonna run to the store and get a rebuild kit. And yeah, I know she's not pretty. She'll get tin someday. She'll get tin, but for now, just got to make do with what I got. Hi, Dalton. What a diva. Hopping in the whip. Only the bare essentials. Always got to keep a seltzer on a guy. Or sparkling water. Whatever. What's the difference? Well, they didn't have any rebuild kits for Zenith carbs, but I have the carb taken apart here, and yeah, that well, you see now it falls out, but it likes to stick in. So I think that has something to do with my issue. The bowl isn't filling like it should. Now this needle and seat is pretty all and clean, or at least this needle. Okay, I shouldn't say it's super clean, but I don't know. Maybe that's just enough for it to catch. So I'm just gonna lightly sand on it, lightly go in here and clean this up so it can travel a little bit more freely. I guess it doesn't have to sit in there perfectly. As long as this tip seals as the floats go up and down, that's all that matters. So we'll see. Well, I sanded off the edges of the needle a little bit to try and help it fit in there better, but it wasn't actually the sides of it that's sticking. It's just the actual rubber tip itself is actually just sealing. And even if I actually blow on the fuel inlet here, she is just taut. So I'm very confident that's my issue. So let's delve into this a little bit more. Now with enough pressure it does pop out, but I don't think I even have enough head pressure with the fuel tank full for this to actually break loose. And I'm looking at these seats here and this thing is just spot on clean. So really weird issue to be having. So I don't know, maybe I'll just hit this tip here with a little bit of sandpaper and see if that fixes the issue. I know that's kind of trivial because that's literally my sealing surface, but at this point, I guess I'm going to need a rebuild kit anyways, so I don't know. Well, I went in there with a torch tip cleaner and that seemed to really clean it up and move it up and down a lot easier. Even if that meant possibly scuffing the surface up, maybe that's all it needed to actually prevent it from catching. So I guess I'll put this bad boy back together and give it another shot. Oh, and another thing I'd like to add is actually when I was disassembling this, taking off the tractor, I like to drain it through the adjustable jet there. And not a lot of gas came out, barely any, so at least not enough to fill this bowl. So it's definitely a low float condition, but I have these floats set up as high as they can go actually, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, pardon me as I hold the choke manually here. So, as y'all saw there, that definitely is a fuel delivery issue because I guess I didn't get it on camera, but if I went to turn it on right away, it would run for a second and then shut off. But if I let it sit for a bit, it runs for a bit and then shuts off. So that's telling me that's a fuel delivery issue because that fuel bowl, and those are big fuel bowls on there, fills up, fills up, fills up when it sits, and then it runs, and then it can't keep filling enough. And then it just dies. So got to take the carburetor off again and see what I can do about that fuel starvation issue. And it's the same thing. If I drop the RPM real low, it'll still die, but it takes a lot longer because that thing, it's factory set idle is 425 RPM. So let's get that carburetor off again. Test the fuel line. Maybe the fuel line feeding it's actually slow. Got the tank halfway full, so it should be enough, but we'll see. Bucket placed. Let's open her up all the way. I mean, it ain't flowing crazy quick, but I feel like that should be enough to keep a carb full. Maybe not, though. We'll have to investigate that more. Maybe blow some compressed air in that line and see if we get a difference. I should probably take the sediment bowl off first, though. You know, I have multiple days to work on this at night, and I choose to do it when we're actually below freezing. So, just shows you how committed I am to the craft. Alright, come on now. Actually, this is like $5 right here. You know, you can make these little sediment bowl shot glasses. That'd be kind of cool. Imagine if I dropped that in there. Yes, evaporation. Now my hands are freezing. Refrigeration. Alright, now I know this is just like a little needle valve slash plug valve. But I feel like that should be flowing faster. But I don't know. First time I've ever actually had to work with a sediment bowl. So we'll get a little compressed air, give that a blow, and see if it blows any faster. Alright, time to get gas all over myself. Gonna try my best to hide here. It's a good thing I wear glasses. Oh, great. Someone light a match. Well, guys, I'm silly. It actually releases fuel from the sides. So I blew in from the sides. Now it's a lot better. So I think that had to do with my issues right there. I had to blow through those little jets on the side there. Let me waste more fuel for you. That is a lot better. Alrighty, let's get her back together. And upon inspecting here, actually, look at that sediment bowl. I just cleaned this out the other day and it's already dirty, so the tank looks clean, but there's a little splash tray in there. Might be really filthy under there, so I'm gonna wipe this up with the little towel here and then throw her back on the tractor. Gross. Still a lot more to go too. You know, there's something about sediment bowls that are just super cool to me. Alright, open her up. Cork is holding the seal. Flow into the carb. Let's give her another shot. Well, fuel might be flowing a little too good now. Looks like it's coming out the bowl vents in there. I guess I gotta set the floats down more? Probably. Well, you know, it sucks wasting all this fuel, but at least I'm cleaning the hydraulic oil dirt out of my bucket, so you know, it could be worse. It could be just going into the soil. I just love working on stuff, especially when it's freezing in the middle of the night. We like that, you know. This is what we signed up for in high school shop class. Alright, floats have been bent down. Probably a little bit more than they should be, but I'm trying to play better safe than sorry. Carburetor back together. One thing you should always do when reassembling a carburetor after messing with the floats is listen closely for the floats going up and down. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, Sometimes I got to put my ear to it, but I can hear it going up and down. Another thing I'll do is I'll actually blow on the fuel inlet valve there to see if the needle's seating or not. And obviously if it's not seating, chances are the floats aren't moving. So obviously blowing into it like this, empty carb, should be letting air in, but if you turn it upside down and try and blow into it, it shouldn't let anything in. Obviously that method is ill-advised because you get gas in your mouth, so you can use compressed air or whatnot, but me, I just kind of sent it. Carburetor getting installed for the 3rd time tonight. Actually, before I tighten that anymore, let's just open up the fuel valve and see if it leaks or not. Opening. Please don't leak. No leaks so far, so I think we're out of the woods. Oh gosh. The dog just barked at something and it scared the heck out of me. Alright, let's get that cold start going. I might need to hold the choke for this. I might have to put the camera down. Oh. One moment, guys. Running a lot better. Hydraulics whining at me, but if you don't have an old I-8 that isn't whining at you, then is it even an I-8? Let's give it a few minutes and see if it keeps idling. Well, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see how she's doing. Yeah, still running. I think that was the cause of our issues, fellas. Well, didn't fix all my issues, but we'll get to this when we can. But there we have it. Tomorrow in the morning, I'll actually run this and see if it actually runs properly, because when I was on hills like this, it wasn't running right, but I think she's a solid runner now. Famous last words. I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning, y'all. Let's see if she starts on this nice nippy morning. Oh, couldn't forget the choke linkage. But yeah, I feel a little sacrilegious using a John Deere wrench on an International, but you know, it's made in USA, so you got to work with what you got. Alrighty, fuel on. Choke. See, she'll start at the very bottom of the throttle band. Oh yeah, she likes it. Go let out the chickens and sip on some coffee, let her warm up, and make sure she's running good. All right, let's see if she can do some work. That sounded like a throttle linkage falling off. Yep, it did. That's what I get for forgetting to put in that little pin. All right, got the pin installed. Now we won't have any runaways. Going on down into the pit here, getting in the ruts. This is where it started bogging out yesterday because the floats weren't quite set right and she was low on fuel. So far so good. Let's see if she does work. Kind of hard to do one-handed here. One moment. If it's lacking one thing, it's more weight, but she pulls her own. So fortunately, unfortunately, I was able to find another hydraulic leak, so they're like $15 hose, not a big deal. But there we have it. She's running nice and great. It turned out it was just the source. It just turned out that the actual sediment bowl here was clogged. So I hope this helps someone out there and they're having running issues. And of course, this doesn't go for any tractor with the sediment bowl. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you have a good one.